We've also stood up very strongly for religious liberty in the state of Florida. And here's the thing. We'll see some of these cases, like Coach Kennedy from Washington State. All he wanted to do was pray at midfield after a football game and wasn't forcing anyone to do it. A lot of the players wanted to do it. He lost his job because of that. And so he goes all the way up to the Supreme Court and he wins 6-3. And people say it's a victory for religious liberty. And I'd say, yeah, in a narrow sense it is. But I say to you, the fact that that case is even being litigated shows we do not have religious liberty in this country. What the left wants is they say you have the right to go to your church for that 1 hour every Sunday, and you can believe what you want to believe. But the minute you get outside that church, they think you need to bow down and bend the knee to their agenda. That's not religious freedom. That is not what our founding fathers fought for and established. And this was something that was very important to them. George Washington, soon after he became president, he got a letter from a rabbi at the Hebrew congregation in Newport who thanked him the fact that in America, this Jewish congregation could practice their faith freely. And Washington wrote back and he said, it's great to be in a country where your right to practice is not simply tolerated by elites who ultimately have control over the scope of your freedom, but is something that is yours as a matter of God-given right. And we need to get back to religious freedom being something as a matter of God-given right. Because you look at the victory with 303 Creative, the compelled speech, where they were forcing a Christian to say something that they didn't want to say, they won 6-3. Those 3 liberal justices would have forced them to bend the knee. And here's the problem with that. If it was a conservative law forcing a liberal business owner to profess something they disagreed with, all 3 of those liberal justices would have voted the other way. And we know that. So what does that mean? It means the left views leftist ideology as effectively the national religion. They will tolerate our faith as long as it doesn't impact their agenda. The minute there's a conflict, they expect believers to bend the knee. I can tell you in Florida that is not acceptable. When I become president in the United States, that is not going to become acceptable.